What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Kinda Funny Gamescast for Friday, October 18th, 2024. I'm one of your hosts, Greg Miller, alongside Forbes 30 Under 30, a.k.a. the second best baby blues in San Francisco, a.k.a. the married one, at Tim Geddes.
I'm just such a cool guy that makes great decisions in my life.
Yeah.
Tastemaker Roger Picorni, would you like to bring the case to the jury?
I mean, I just looked over at his black iced coffee and I was like, that's pretty light. Like, is it like watered down
You
or
got an
something?
iced tea or what's going on?
And then what'd you tell me?
I drank half of it, and then I filled the rest with water.
That's
What the
that's got to be the weirdest.
What the fuck are we
Guys,
doing?
I've done this every day.
We know. I know. I know.
A million years. Every day. If you watch Games Daily that I'm on, you'll see a very black iced coffee.
Yeah.
And then you watch Gamescast, you'll see a light brown
You got a
iced
little
coffee.
that's
water.
very iced tea.
And then by the end of the day, you get water. Like,
And that's it. Yeah, eventually.
just keep on going.
Yeah.
And that's how you get your daily water intake.
I mean,
okay.
like, what's so weird about it? Like, it's because
Who wants watered down coffee?
Yeah.
Well, but I mean, there's ice in it. The ice turns into water.
Yeah, but it's not that much water.
I'm
And
telling you, like, if you just taste this, it tastes very similar to the to the iced coffee.
I was getting a lot of flack from all angles.
Of course, that's
where
the Hispanic heartthrob, Texas Street, Latino heat, clicking heads, ripping to shreds, globe-trotting, headshotting, three-point shooting, rootin' tootin', nitro rifle from twitch.tv, Andy Cortez.
I'll drink maybe a fifth of my Diet Mountain Dew, and then I'll put real Mountain Dew in it to get that sugar rush.
Yeah.
You know, and I got a lot of a lot of people also call me innovators, by the way. So like
Of course,
a lot, you
yeah.
know.
I haven't seen a single person.
I
It's
think
a split vote
I think
right
when
there.
you're polarizing, you know, you sort of engage all sorts of different aspects of the audience. But Tim, that's so weird to me.
The thing is because you already have an iced coffee, right? Like
Yeah.
you ordered iced, right? So then it's getting watered down like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then you drink half of it, which is already a watered down drink. And then you put more water on it. So it's like 75%
I mean,
water.
I'm
here's
telling you,
my-
I'm drinking it. It tastes like iced coffee.
Jesus.
It tastes like slightly watered
You know
down
what?
iced
I'm
coffee,
ki-
even though it's half water.
Shoot, I'm kind
So
of
my
with
real-
you. Kind of with you now.
Do you enjoy it more when it's pure? Like when it's like straight from the source, or do you like it more in the afternoon? when
No,
it's
I mean,
less?
I do not enjoy it more now than I
Okay.
did in the morning.
Okay.
But I'm telling you, the delta at which we are talking about, it's not that
Good work,
big.
good name.
It's not that
It's a
different.
weird ass Arnold Palmer right now.
Yeah, but it's totally
The
fine.
half tea,
It's
half
totally-
lemonade,
If
half
there
water,
was
half coffee.
ice in this, like so that because that's the other problem is it's not cold. You know what I mean? If I'm going to be complaining about anything right now, is there's no
Yeah.
ice in this.
Well, why
shit.
don't you just put
we
more
have ice.
Because we
Yeah.
have nasty tasting ice.
No.
we do
God.
though.
But the ice is fine. It's not nasty.
The ice is fine. Yeah. the
No,
ice is
it's
fine.
nasty, and like just, it is what it
makes
is.
Nasty.
Freezer. Anytime you're getting
It's an
ice
open
in
air
these things,
freezer.
Yeah, it's the whole.
No,
thing.
no,
I'm not with Tim. I don't use the ice. I don't have an opinion one way or the other. I'm just saying.
But
Why
before,
don't you use the ice? Because it's
I don't
nasty.
ever put ice in
it's
any
not
of my
nasty
drinks.
ice. Before Kevin left,
Nasty
I
ice.
was worried about this as well. I was like, Kevin, is the ice gonna smell or taste weird? He was like, I think it's fine. I was like, I don't really trust you, Kevin,
Kevin
but I'll
can't
try for
smell it,
myself.
yeah.
And it was totally fine.
Yeah, and
The
we
ice
don't
is
we don't
totally
put
fine.
like other things in that side of the
Yeah.
freezer, right? Like all
Just my
this.
hand sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. Just a
I
little
hurt my
bit.
hand punching
I mean,
the wall.
here's the thing. Like, to be clear, it's not the worst ice I've ever had.
Sure.
I will use the ice here. It is still like I would prefer to not use the
But
ice
you
though,
use
because
the
of its
the
taste.
water though from the fridge, which creates the ice.
Yeah, but that's the water's not the problem. It's the smell of the other things. And no matter how many things
But
you
there's
say,
nothing in there.
you say that, but then all of a sudden Kevin's put it in a goddamn pot pie. Oh wait, you're the pot pie man, huh? So now it's your fault,
Okay,
Roger.
well,
Roger,
You're
are you
breaking
the pot
tables.
pie
and you're
man,
pot pie man.
Popeye guy.
Frozen Popeye isn't changing the taste of
It
the ice.
1,000 pot pies are the biggest offenders of making ice taste different.
Really?
Yes.
What is the tier list right now? Let's go. Number 1, Popeye.
Pot pie.
Number 2.
Freezer burn.
Like, yeah.
Number 3.
We got
A rare Nick
professional coming.
Scarpino on the Gamescast. We're having a fun Friday.
I hate to agree with him, but Tim's not wrong on this.
Are you mad at Popeye Guy too?
Are you Popeye guy?
I'm Popeye guy. I put a pie in there yesterday. There's no way that has affected the entire
Cool, Greg. Can you
office's
bring the pot
ice.
pie out? I need to see it. Is it just a pot pie open air, or is it like in a box?
No, it's a fucking what is it? It's a Marie Calendar fucking pot pie.
So it's in the box and
Yeah, it's in
sealed
the
up.
box
What are
and
you
everything.
talking
What are you
about?
talking
Now maybe
about?
the cardboard giving off the smell.
That's it though.
I just took a picture. Just brought it up here.
Where is
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, I don't even see where this pot pie is. And also, there's a barrier between.
Oh, yeah, it's on the right side.
ice-
What are we talking about?
You guys are acting
But
as if any of that.
Tim, I'm telling you, once the doors are closed,
Who's got a
and
Dole
it's
Whip in
sealed,
there?
and it's sealed, the ice is not in the same.
And it was on the right side or the left
capacity.
side?
I don't know what to tell you, man.
It was on the right side. What the
See,
fuck are we
this just-
talking about?
It just smells like the cardboard when you have a box in.
And that makes the ice taste different.
But like,
I'm sorry, cool, thank
Tim,
you.
you're acting like we're putting shrimp
Very
we're
small,
in the
by the way.
ice
I thought it was
tray.
going to be
It's
very
like
large.
560 calories too. That's a lot.
crazy.
It's a lot.
That's
It's
a
good
lot.
as fuck though. Good as fuck.
That's a lot.
I cut up some turkey sometimes. Put it in there.
Yeah.
As wrong as I think Tim is,
I think what drives me away from Popeyes the most is I just imagine someone vomiting into a pie shell and then putting it top and baking it. Like, why do
as
you
a
want to
prank?
do that to yourself? Huh?
as a prank.
No, that's just when I look at a pot pie. I'm like, oh,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
how Popeyes are made.
Yeah, the first time
Then
I
they do
had
the
a
little ding, 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 Marie Calendar.
the first time I had a savory pie that wasn't like an apple pie or something like that, I was
Fuck you
like,
up.
this is what happens when you date a white girl. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was like,
That is absolutely
my,
correct.
my Mexican family would be like, what the fuck are you eating? You know what I mean? Yeah, very weird.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. I don't disagree with Tim because what I will often do whenever we go to the movie theater, the Coke Freestyle machine,
I love
I get
it.
like 90% Coke Zero, little splash of root beer, and that little splash of root beer makes the whole beverage a root beer.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's such
He's
an
not
empowering
wrong. I don't
taste.
understand how he's with me.
It's
on
such
that
a-
statement. but
Why are
like-
you trying to make
He
this
does
a
weird
thing?
shit with his drinks too. That's what he's saying. I do
Well,
weird
because
shit too.
Tim, because you know you have half water, half coffee, and you're like, it tastes the same.
No, I'm not saying it tastes the same. I'm saying it tastes close enough that it's not an issue that I would rather have the liquid than not have the liquid.
I think people drinking iced coffee that isn't sweetened anywhere are fucking psychopaths anyway. So who am I to talk?
Whoa, come on.
That shit's gross,
You
dude.
take whoa.
It
Black
tastes so gross.
Black coffee?
Yeah, it's gross.
Grow up.
That's the only way
Just
to drink
grow
it.
up.
That's the only way to drink
Fucking
it.
gross.
Grow up and enjoy bad things. Like what are we doing?
Yes,
Tio,
because that's how it means to grow up.
Put some syrup
Next
in there, Barry.
next time we do an order of Bones coffee, because this is how I got to black coffee, was the Bones stuff where it's like the cool, fun flavors and stuff, and that weeded me off of like adding things to the black coffee, and now we just get like now I'm just getting like just regular medium roast Dunkin' Donuts and stuff. And
Fuck
I'm
yeah.
fucking great.
Put some cinnamon in there. Do
Nah,
something.
man. It's
Or some
great.
water, everybody.
No,
I like how you both are
that's
trying to be
just
on the same
psych-
page and you're not, but
No,
you guys are like
no.
But
really
they're still
trying
on the
hard.
same level of psychopath.
No, I'm telling you, I do not prefer it with water. I'm just telling you, y'all saw me drink half of this shit.
But
I
okay,
have a whole
I just
show
don't
to do. I need to pee at least once on the show. How am I going to get there,
Why
Roger?
don't you just drink the entire thing then, and then just have some water on the side?
Because that's
Why not make more coffee and dump it over ice?
Yeah,
because that's too much caffeine.
well, it's ice. It's ice.
That's
He
just
doesn't
too
like
much
the ice.
caffeine.
He doesn't like the
Okay,
ice.
good call. Thank
Yeah.
you, thank you. That's not enough caffeine. I love coffee. You know what I mean? Yeah,
That's a Trenta. This episode is brought to you by New World Aeternum. New World Aeternum is a thrilling action RPG experience for console and PC players with a vibrant world, vast and beautiful setting, dynamic real-time action combat, and the freedom for players to choose how to forge their destiny. Combat is skill-based and dynamic, incorporating swords, guns, and sorcery so that you can build one character to rule them all as you explore Aeternum and unravel the mysteries of the supernatural island that you can't leave. You love playing RPGs alone? You can in New World Aeternum, or play cooperatively with your friends as you complete quests, get better gear, and level up. Greg played this at Summer Game Fest on PlayStation 5 and was caught off guard by how much he enjoyed it and how many hours he said he could see himself sinking into the final product. There's boss fights, cool enemies, crossplay, resource gathering, and crafting. So yeah, this sounds like a Greg game. New World Aeternum is available now on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC.
Let's-
30 fluid ounces.
Let's put this to bed, okay? I don't like that we've become enemies. All right, I want us all to get on the same page because I had a kindred spirit moment, like kindred egg, kindred spirit moment with the one and only Andy Cortez that he doesn't know about. But it made me think
Prepare
of him
yourself, Andy.
very fondly.
Oh, great. Okay.
It is review season. There's a million games to play. We talked about it today on the show. I've touched on No 9. I didn't get to the Retro Realms. I'm working on Redacted X, Y, and Z. But it means burning the candle at both ends, right? 2 days ago on Wednesday, took Ben to swim class, big boy swim class. We're getting more into it. We really hate not having a parent in the pool, but we're getting there, okay? On the way home, I'm driving this kid. It's nightfall. I'm like, he's going to be so zonked. I already washed him too, so he just gets to go right to bed. This is great.
Oh, great.
And I start thinking of, all right, when I get there and I get that done, I got to do the dishes, and then it's time to play. And there's no Jen, so I'm just going to
It's time to play the game.
time to play the
It's
game.
time to play the game. Oh, yeah.
I'm doing the Lemmy Motorhead version. I'm like, I'm going to get there and I'm going to game so hard tonight. There's so much to game. And I was like, you know what I want? I want a Coca-Cola.
Oh, yeah.
I want a 20-ounce Coca-Cola.
20 ounce?
Yeah,
Oh, buddy.
you know what I mean? And
Wow.
then there's the realization, of course, that I don't have Coke at the house. And I'm on the road, but again, this is one of those drives where you're like, stay awake, Benny.
Yeah.
Ben, you gotta stay awake. Sing Hot to Go. You know what I mean? He's going. I need to keep him going.
You stop at a corner so he may run out.
It was not only he could run away. You know what I mean? help me! This man's kidnapping me. He does it all the time. It's adorable. It's that. I also then I'm like, well, I have to park in front of a 7-Eleven. I go in. I leave him in the car because he already needs PJs. I'm like, no. And then I bring him in. But if I bring him in, we're gonna spike the adrenaline
Yeah,
of
he's
doing
gonna be
this.
two up at that
then it's
point.
you're getting a Coke. I want something. I'm like, I can't do that. I can't do any of this.
Yeah.
Let's get him home and get him to bed. I will forget about the Coke. I got him home and I got to bed, and all I wanted was this fucking Coca-Cola.
yeah.
All right, and I want you to know I opened DoorDash, and I'm
Yeah.
like, well, I'm like, all right, there's everybody's selling for $3. I'm like, that's fucking outrageous. And I'm like, delivery. $15. Like, I can't do it. I
No
can't
way.
do it. But I thought about doing like a
Good.
neighborhood
You
text.
gotta do it.
I thought about a neighborhood text. But remember, I live with
What's a
adults
neighborhood
now.
text?
Like, text the neighborhood. Like a
Do you
neighbor.
have a Coke?
Anybody have a Coke?
Shut up, dude. No.
I didn't do it. I realized
How is it different than
It
being
was
like,
the
hey,
addiction.
neighbor, do you have some flour? I'm thinking, you know?
This morning we woke up and realized we had no milk. I texted the neighbor. I'm like, hey, can we borrow some milk? She's like, yeah. And I met her in the backyard.
Aw,
she poured
that's
me
so
some milk
sweet.
or whatever.
But imagine that at like, what was it? What
That's
time
a
is this?
true suburban shit.
8:30, 9
8:30,
o'clock.
9 p.m. Be like,
And,
you got
and
some
the
Coke?
problem is, again, like, you know, it's all, we live in like a family neighborhood now, like real parents, you know what I mean? And I've been to the person who poured milk that I knew they would have milk, of course. I've been to their house and our kids play together and yada yada. But I've also had their beverages. I'm like, they ain't got no Coke in this house. They ain't those kind of
They got, like,
parents.
Poppy
You know what I
and
mean?
stuff. Yeah, yeah.
They're trying to make these kids healthy and shit.
Any Cokeheads around? So you didn't do the DoorDash thing?
No, I
man,
talked
Barrett's
myself out
been
of it,
witness
man.
to me getting 3 Uber Eat orders at night.
In one night.
You know,
And it's
here's-
never a meal. It's
Little-
always from fucking CVS and 7-Eleven.
Safeway. Here's a bag of Cheez-Its with some
the
drumstick ice
fuck?
cream
We
and
live
a couple
blocks
Coke
away
Zeros.
from several grocery
You
stores.
can't pay for convenience.
And like, we
You
live
can.
blocks away
Yeah,
from
yeah.
several convenient corner
Whatever
stores.
wants to make you happy.
Yeah, if
know?
you can't tell what side I'm going to be on for the gaming capitalism discussion.
You could walk 2 minutes and save like $15 on delivery.
Okay, well, who's going to level up 2 times in the video game then?
Upgrade 88. Is everyone at Kind of Funny insane? What is happening today?
That reminds me, like we order food, I would say fairly frequently at home, a couple times a week, and every once in a while we get that late night, and that's when the options are dire. You're looking at it's like the ghost kitchens where you're like, I'm not sure about this,
Yeah.
or it's a bunch of fast food, and like convincing G to get fast food. Very difficult, right?
Yeah.
For good reason.
Ghost kitchen
and
names
it's like
are
cool, I
great.
get it, but
Big Dick Chicken.
yeah, exactly. Like, what are you
It's like
trying
AI
to
generated
prove?
images.
Well, maybe like 2 months ago, she was like down bad. She was like, I need something. She was like, you brought me home a taquito from 7-Eleven one time.
No.
And it changed my life. And I was like, that's great. 'Cause she's never had 7-Eleven food ever.
Oh, wow.
Because she's an adult and
Yeah.
was always an adult, right? So I brought her, I was eating it. And then I gave her some. She's like, dude, this is really good. I'm like, I'm telling you. She's like, I want that. I'm like, all right, I guess we can see if 7-Eleven's on DoorDash. It was.
Oh, yeah, they are. Yeah. They're on Postmates,
We
too.
started adding it, and she was just like, "Oh, they have a whole bunch of stuff."
Oh,
We
man.
started adding like all of their little things, and I'm just laughing in the back of my mind. I'm
yeah.
like, she doesn't know what she's fucking getting. It came
Sushi.
and it's presented in a way that like it didn't look like the worst food ever. It was like, oh, this looks
Dude,
eatable.
honestly, like the biggest turnoff to 7-Eleven food is seeing it in the 7-Eleven.
And so-
if you can just eliminate that and the food shows up,
She ate it, had a great time, had a bad time the next day, but then maybe a month later, we happened to be in a 7-Eleven
Just
and
grew an
she
extra
saw
arm.
it. She saw how the food was.
on the rollers.
Oh, yeah,
She's
yeah, yeah.
never been more mad at me.
Yeah.
She's like, why'd you
She
let
saw the
us
chicken
do
wings that are 3
It's
days
just
old.
fucking slightly they always get stuck in the thing they're
Yeah.
supposed to be turning, and they're just not.
For me, it was we went up north, way up north. This is years ago now. I forget if we might not. I think Jen might have been pregnant. It might be those images of us apple picking or whatever, pumpkin patching, whatever stupid suburban thing we were out
Yeah.
doing. But it was we stopped at a 7-Eleven to get like a Powerade or whatever, and she stayed in the car and to stay cool. And I was in there in the thing. I'm just waiting in line, this giant line in this like not filthy but dirty 7-Eleven, like, and it's here. on all the tiles. And I don't know if it's a raccoon or squirrels or just rats running around on the top of it. I was just like, I'm just getting the Powerade.
Yeah.
That was my Uber Eats delivery driver.
Here's the thing, everybody at this table right now. I'm going to put out a motion
Kind of funny podcast.
that we're turning this into a kind of funny podcast. Can we save this,
Yeah.
the topic for a different day? And can we, because we're
What
vibing.
are you gonna do about
we're
it? What
riding,
is it?
We'll just put it on the Gamescast feed. People fucking understand. Y'all can outvote me if this is a bad idea. But you're
great
bringing up
idea.
the raccoons and these squirrels.
I'm so down.
I have something I need to show you guys that's important, okay?
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Kind of Funny Podcast. Each and every week, 4, sometimes 5 best friends gather on this table, each coming to talk about whatever it is they want to talk about. If you like that and you want to be part of the show, of course, the best way to support us is with the Kind of Funny membership. With the Kind of Funny membership, you can get each and every episode of the Kind of Funny Podcast and all our podcasts, of course, ad-free. You could get the ability to watch us record afternoons, usually like the Kind of Funny Podcast in the afternoon. And of course, you get a daily dose of me in a series we call Gregway. You're getting 3 today, if you can believe it. Other housekeeping, of course, includes that Banjo-Tooie was talked about on Kind of Funny Games Daily. And the Kind of Funny stream after this episode of the Kind of Funny Podcast is Alien Isolation.
I just quote tweeted your tweet from 16 minutes ago of, when is it okay for capitalism to ruin games? I just put LMAO.